Brainy Buzzy presents 7 Unexpected Reasons Why People Stare at You. Growing up, I was always told that it was rude to stare. Some people may not have gotten that memo. You can practically feel their eyes following you as you go about your business. If this happens to you often, you may be asking yourself, why do people stare at me? Is something wrong with me? Probably not. Here are 7 likely reasons why people will stare at you.
Number 1. They find you attractive.
Everyone is attracted to beauty. If you find people staring at you, it could be because they are drawn to your looks and stature. We all like to look at good things. I'd be flattered to know that people find me attractive, and they can't take their eyes off me, so they just stare. Beauty can encompass so many things. Your smile, skin tone, your hair, etc. I can't tell you how many times I have caught people staring at me, and minutes later, they go, "I love your dreadlocks. Where did you get them done?" It could get creepy, but at least this is a positive reason for staring. Your beauty may have blown people's minds, and they can't help but fix their gaze on you.
Number 2. They've heard things about you.
So there was this time I was invited to share some ideas with colleagues at a conference. I caught a guy staring at me the minute I walked into the room. He kept staring until he finally got close to where I sat, and said, "You're so-and-so, right?"
I've heard so much about you, and they were not wrong.
He then went on to tell me all that he's heard about me. Apparently, I'm unique, and people notice. That was a pretty cool reason to be stared at. But it could also be the other way around. People can stare because they've heard horrible things about you, and they're sizing you up, thinking about all they've heard. It could be a lie, but hey, they don't know that.
Number 3. They're judging you.
Sometimes people stare at you because they have heard horrible things about you. In this case, they are judging you. They may also judge you based on how you appear at the moment. As studies show, people form their first impression of you within a few seconds of seeing you. And their impression could be based on anything: your dressing, the way you speak, your personality, class, etc. It can be unnerving just thinking about how someone is watching your moves and judging you, but, honestly, you probably does it too. With just one look at a person, you may decide they are too uncool to hang out with you. A stranger may stare at you and judge you similarly, or worse. It's unfair, but it's reality.
Number 4. Something is amiss.
I once read a story about an arrogant girl going to a dance with friends. She suddenly needed to do number 2 in the middle of nowhere, so she went into the bush. When she got done and came out, there was poop on the hem of her dress. All of her friends stared at her, and passers-by also gawked, but no one said a word. She continued being her pompous self to the dance until someone remarked, "Are you too proud to bend your head and see the shit at the hem of your dress?" I'm not saying you've got poop on you whenever people stare at you, but there could be something amiss about you, and rather than tell you, people just stare. Your hair might have come undone, or maybe there's tissue stuck to the bottom of your shoe. You could ask a friend or someone near you to check you out, especially if the looks get too obvious.
Number 5. They're trying to get your attention.
Often, when someone is staring at you from across a room, they could be trying to get your attention. Their eyes are calling out to you. They probably do not know your name, and even if they did, they would not yell out across a room full of people. They might keep staring at you so as not to miss you.
I know, it sounds stalkish.
If this is the case, the person staring would usually make their way across the room and speak to you. Other times when you meet their gaze, they could smile or nod their heads.
Number 6. They're interested in you.
Another reason people stare at you is that they're interested in you. When people first set eyes on you, something about you strikes them. Your beauty, style, and personality attract them to want to know more about you. People get to like you from what they see about you the first time they meet you. They check you out by staring at you. How would you know if they're interested in you? They will probably smile, wink, and maybe eventually talk to you. Curiosity about you will make them want to talk to you. Number 7. They're daydreaming. Research shows that 1/3 to 1/2 of all waking hours are spent daydreaming. This means most of us daydream more often than we know. You might be caught in a stranger's eye line while they're daydreaming. They are not conscious at that moment to realize that they are staring at you. At that moment, you're probably disturbed by the stares, but they're lost in fantasy land for all you know. You just happen to be in front of them. What to do when someone stares at you? These are only 7 possible reasons why strangers stare at you in public, but there could be other reasons. So, If I know these are the possible reasons I'm being stared at in public, how do I know which one it is? If you're asking this question, there are some things you can do. If you're close enough, ask them why they're staring at you. I'd rather know than keep wondering, wouldn't you? If they didn't realize they were staring, maybe you'll be drawing their attention to it. You can also just say, hello. Sometimes the stranger might respond and say, you look like someone I know, or, I love your dress. Where did you get it? Another thing you could do when you find someone staring at you is stare back at them. Nobody likes to be stared at, and if it becomes a contest, they will lose because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Just give them a good stare too. It lets them also know that you are not afraid of them, you're confident in yourself, and you find their stare rude. Being stared at, especially for long periods, can be disconcerting. Most times, our sixth sense kicks in, and we can tell someone is staring even before our eyes meet theirs. You can choose not to be bothered by it. However, you can always leave the environment if it makes you uncomfortable. Our senses are meant to draw our attention to danger, so you should not ignore your guts if a stranger's stare sends weird vibes.